Welcome back to another reaction for Eren the Southpaw episode 1.
てめえは誰なんだよ。おい、誰なんだよ。金も女も実力も名声も俺は自力で手に入れた。てめえはサボったんだよ。てめえが悪いんだろ。何者にもなれなかったてめえが悪いんだろ。
何かにならなきゃ退屈で生きていけねえよ。
何かってなんだよ。
俺はあいつのことを知らない。ほとんど話した記憶もない。俺があいつについて知っていることなんて、あいつが左利きだってことくらいだった。
Okay. What a strange start. I'm assuming Southpaw in the sense of left-handed? On nationals, table tennis, tennis, baseball, go, and shogi. All of them?
野球部とかモテんのかな。あいつらも将来の役に立たないからやめろとか親に言われたり。
朝倉くん？加藤さゆり。そういえば朝倉くんも美術部だっけ？
まあ一応ね。
ちょっと意外。あんまり美術部っぽくないね。
加藤さんもね。最近美術部に来てないでしょ。
受験勉強とか忙しくなってきたから。絵描くの好きだけど絵を生かした職業って少ないし、画家なんて食べていけるわけないしね。朝倉くんはまだ美術部来てるの？
まあたまに。俺デザイナーになろうと思ってんだ。
デザイナー？
グラフィックデザインってさ、ポスターとか作る人ね。ちゃんとした学問っつうか勉強したらなれるらしくて、一つのすんげえ才能がなくたってそこそこの才能をいくつか掛け算すりゃさ、そこそこイケてる人生が過ごせるんじゃねえかな。
朝倉くんって思ったより大人だね。さっき野球部の山根くんに告られたんだ。
Okay, cool.
卒業したらプロになるから付き合ってくれって。
それで？
I mean, what an argument. Yeah, go out with me. Who are you? I'm gonna be pro after I graduate, so that is why you should go out with me.
笑っちゃった。
It's not a good selling point.
いらっしゃい。
Now we have seen them have spray bottles, paint spray paint bottles, right? So is this more a graffiti kind of thing because he's arts club? He probably is doing graffiti. He's following, maybe trying to follow.
これください。
君も好きなの？アート。
アート？いやいや、デザインっすよ。
毎度ありがとうございました。エレンちゃん。
ゴッホ。
Eren, I see.
はい。やば。ゴッホ。ムカつく。
エレンちゃんってば。バイト中立ち読み禁止ね。はいこれ補充お願いね。今エレンちゃんの学校の子が来てたよ。男の子。なんかアートの雑誌買ってったけど、学校で流行ってんの？アート。
別に。
This is not getting on your nerves, having hair stuck to your mouth.
エレンちゃん、また髪の毛食べてるよ。本棚作りたくて、これ全部スプレーで黒くしてくれる？
店のも全部手作り。
そうだよ。日曜大工はいいよ。エレンちゃんもやってみ。何かを夢中で作ってる時って気持ちよくて、そういう時ない？エレンちゃんも。
ないっすね。
I'm just wondering, is using spray paint better than just having a bucket of paint? If you want to color stuff? I'm wondering. Maybe spray paint is doesn't have that thick of a layer of paint, but because of the fine spray, it is able to cover a lot. Normal paint with a brush may be a thicker layer. Storing is definitely easier as a spray bottle, because the type of paint, if you don't use it, it's at some point it's going to get dry, so you have to use it up somehow. Now you can mix colors a lot easier in the bucket. I just wonder if I had a shelf and I wanted to paint it, should I just get a bucket of paint and a brush, or should I get the spray bottles? Granted, I have an outdoor area where I could paint them, because you are not supposed to use them indoors, yada yada. I wonder.
いらないって言ったのに。はあ、水で落ちるのかな。
エレン、エレン、エレン。また髪の毛食ってるぞ。ずっとお絵描きしてたの？
Is it her store? No. Yamagishi, and that was some Yamanako
ずっ
or
とお絵
so.
描きしてた
Also,
の？ご飯も食べないで。
microwave these before you eat them, okay? Mom.
エレン、お前の左手は何のために生えてる？普通は食事したり勉強したり好きな人の手を握ったりするためにあるよな。でもな、ごくたまに、本当にたまに絵を描くためだけに生えている人がいるんだ。お前の左手は特別なんだ。パパとは違う。
パパ？どうして泣
So he wanted to be an artist, I guess?
いてるの？
パパの手はそうじゃなかった。
ふざけんな。ふざけんな。ふざけんな。下手くそ。
But we have an art critic on our hands.
Koichi, 上手に書けたね。頑張ったね。頑張ったでしょ。だってよかったね。
もっともっといっぱい書くから。
He wants to be a designer, huh? I don't really know all the differences, but design is more or less something like this, right? Where you decide how, like the dresses looking, the armor, all the little details. Which not necessarily means the coloring part, right? Not wrong, the emotion on characters.
おい小一、また絵ばっか描いて、もうすぐ高校受験だろ。
うるさいな。やってるよ。
絵なんてな、将来の役には立たない。
分かってるよ。
As a parent, he's 17, so I would definitely have a talk and explain that there are some parts or some skills and hobbies you can pursue that are not essential, not necessarily going to work in your favor in the future, like art. You may have luck. There's a lot of luck in the world that you need, because guess what? I'm your dad. You don't have connections. Either you have a lot of connections or you have a lot of luck. And no connections, you have to rely on luck. And in the arts field, it's a lot of people that want to succeed. Not necessarily a field you should pursue in the hope that it is going to help you. That is why there are other fields you should concentrate on to secure yourself a safe living environment that allows you on the side to pursue stuff like drawing, designing, whatever you want to do. But you need a safe start position. Now, after having that talk, you should not do it over and over, because the hope is that having one solid conversation is going to give all the information to your kids that you wanted to convey, and then it's their decision to make. Not hound them like the status.
分かってるよ。
I mean, you can ask about like tests and stuff, and if he's doing well on test, I don't personally care what you do in your free time. You got a 90 plus or whatever the threshold is, and hey, you draw on your free time, do what you want. As long as you deliver good notes, there's no problem.
高一、美術部行かなくていいの？デザイナーになるには美大に行かなきゃいけないんでしょ？
Who is she? Why is she always on your tail?
だって俺よりうまいやついないじゃん。
東京の美大にはきっともっと上手い人いるよ。
俺よりいるかな。てかいいの、俺絵描けにはならねえもん。広告代理店のデザイナーがいいな。美大っ って代理店入ってグラドルと結婚すんの。
ばっかみたい。
Why do I feel like that maybe she is a little bit interested in him?
時雄も藤野先生が美術室に来いって。まあ君らを疑っているわけじゃないが、この界隈で妙ないたずらが流行ってるらしくてな。その犯人がうちの制服を着てたらしいんだ。
でもなんで美術部が？
それがな、落書きされたんだよ。落書き？おお、すげえ。
うまいね。光一？
グラフィティだ。横浜のバスキア。
グラフィティってのはアメリカで流行りだしたアート活動でさ、アート犯罪というか。キース・ヘリングとかバスキアとか知らね？
I mean, essentially street arts, right? I'm torn because I don't really like most of the tagging, I believe it's called, where you just write down your name and stuff. I feel that is not that good, especially because it's not really artistic. It is, in most cases, well done, don't get me wrong, but there's not real artistry behind it. It's just you choose a color, you write your name or something, and that's it. Different to what is done here, where you seem to have like a sentence that you use your color in, and you also give it some shading, you make it pop out. Already a lot better.
ヘリングとかバスキアとか知らね？
へえ。
へえじゃねえよ、知っとけよ。でもってグラフィティにはより上手いやつだけ上書きしていいっていう暗黙のルールがあるんだよ。だから例の落書き魔、横浜のバスキアが美術館の壁に落書きしたってのはさ、
この美術館の絵より自分がうまいぞって？
そういうこと。
世の中変わった人がいます。
Are you trying to fight them with your graffiti? Are you going there and graffitiing over their stuff?
ね。何よ。
俺も描く。
え？
やつが嫉妬する上書きしたくなる絵を描いておびき寄せる。
何？
So you want to counter vandalism with more vandalism? Sure.
何それ？
実はもう画材買ってきたんだ。
なんでそこまでするの？
やつが描いた絵見て焦ったんだ。高校の中じゃ俺が一番うまいと思ってたからさ。こんな絵描くやつが近くにいるって知ったら超焦る。
脳内が少年漫画。わかった。私も協力するね。まず藤野先生に相談しよう。勝手にやったら大問題だもん。
そうだな。
I feel like that is her pushing him into a direction which is going to stop him, because the teacher is going to say, hey, I see where you're coming from, but are you stupid? No, I'm not going to allow you to tag or graffiti
あんまり熱くなりすぎないでね。私は主人公じゃない。子供の頃から何でもそつなくやってきた。
Okay, chill.
ムキになって努力しなくても平均以上にはできた。自分が普通だとね、分かっちゃうんだ。他人がどれくらい優れているとか、どれくらい劣っているとか。
やっぱりインパクトあるモチーフがいいよな。ひまわりと。
They really got the okay? I guess they just were like, yeah, oh, here you can do stuff here.
か？おー、いいね。
じゃあここに
的外れな夢なんて悲劇よ。光一、あなたの子供っぽいところ好きよ。可愛いと思う。でもね、 あなたのいいところはそこじゃないの。
Maybe. No idea how this translates into getting punched, though. So I'm assuming maybe he graffitied over something that the guy had, or graffitied over his graffiti. Who knows?
おい、後で倉庫の絵見に行こうぜ。何それ？知らねえのかよ。美術部の奴らが倉庫の壁に絵描いてんだって。はあ？どうでもよくね？でも結構うまいらしいんだよ。はあ。美術館に落書きしたのと同じやつじゃね？くったんね。
今日も書くの？
当たり前だろ。横浜のバスキアが来るまで何度でも書き直す。
もう懲りないな。でもよかったかな。やっと絵描くようになって。次は美大受験に向けて。
And I guess that is what she likes most about him whenever he is in the zone of making art.
だね。
さゆり。
何を？
さてはお前がバスキアの正体だな。俺をやる気にさせるために手の込んだこと。
そうよ、私がバスキアよ。
なわけないか。
ねえ、私も美大行こうかな。私、高一と同じ大学行きたい。
He's naturally not listening.
何言ってんだよ。バカ言うな。そんな簡単に決めるなって。もっとあんだろ、やりたいこととか。
でも私は。エレン、幼なじみなの。家が近
Naturally, sure.
くて、ちょっと気にしないで。シャイなだけだから。
やっぱ流行ってんだね、アート。エレンちゃんの学校でも壁にでっかい絵描いてるって。なんか結構うまいって聞いたよ。
いやー、対策ができたな。
Why are we always doing it this way? So now you have a guy who there's a girl that likes him, but is too scared to act or whatever, and then there's another girl that takes the front stage, and the original girl doesn't have a chance. Why are we doing that?
ありゃバスキアも黙ってないぜ。なっさゆり。
そうね。高一、あなたのいいところはそこじゃないの。美大行ってデザイナーになってちょっといい仕事もたまにして。
あ、やべ、倉庫に携帯忘れた。バカで。ちょっと取ってくるわ。
私も一緒に。
いいって。先に帰ってて。
So she's already planning his future?
そのくらいの夢がちょうどいいのよ。プロの野球選手目指してるバカよりずっといい。プロの野球選手目指してるバカよりずっといい。高一、あなたは分かってるはず。ドラマチックに生きられるほど主人公じゃないんだって。私たちは。
I mean, this is already unfair of Eren here. Having the spray paint be like her original idea is already to paint over whatever is painted without giving a chance. So it has to really wow her. It has to be really good for her to be like, maybe I'm not going to paint over it.
高一に電話してるん？
うん、そろそろ着くかなって。暗いから見つけやすいように。
できる女だな。
でしょ。
誰だこんな時間に。もしも高校時代のあの日に戻れたら、俺は別の未来を選ぶのだろうか。
頼むよ。あれからずっとどこにも行けないんだ。前にも後ろにも。この先だ。そんなすごいんなら私に絵を忘れさせて。下手じゃん。マジでただの下手じゃん。芸術は爆発だとでも言いたげな、ただの雑な描写。抽象のつもりなのか、拙い具象。てか何、朝日、夕日、色も濁って。
お前。
言えば私が横浜のバスキ屋だって。落書き魔見つけてヒーローになりたいんでしょ。先生にでも警察にでも言えば。
違う、そんなんじゃ。
じゃあ何なんだよ。てめえは何が楽しくてこんなうざったいことやってんだよ。目障りなんだよ。何なんだよ。
俺は上手くなりたい。上手くなる。お前より。お前の絵見て燃えたんだよ。同世代でこんな上手いやついんのかって。だから俺。
うざい。勝手に一人で盛り上がってんじゃねえよ、オナニー野郎。センスない。絶望的に。諦めろ。
I mean, I was at least hoping he would be somewhat okay. But I guess he's not. Now, we don't really know because he worked with the other dude. So it's hard to really go all out with your own art. Because the designs of like the characters he drew beforehand, they look pretty nice. Now we don't know if those are his own designs or he more or less copied some. Now, would he be able to do the art which we consider art? I don't know. I'm not an artist. I have no clue about all these famous pictures and whatnot, and what is really important there. So I guess he's not on that level, and probably never will be.
おかえりママ。
I also don't know. She's like, let me forget about art. If you're so good, why do you want to forget about art?
今日は早いね。まだ夕飯作ってないわ。ごめん。ゆっくりしてからでいいわよ。エレンもバイトで疲れたでしょ。
What happened to that?
バイト。
I mean, is this a picture you made? Why do you want to stop?
と普通。学校は楽しい？普通。できたよ。
卒業したらどうするの？
前にも言ったじゃん。働くよ。
エレン、もしまだ絵やりたいんだったら受けてみれば、美大。
I guess something happened to her dad?
お金のことなら平気だから、貯金あるからね。あの時は。
ママ、もう大丈夫だから寝る。
エレン、上手に描けたね。
猫ちゃん寝ちゃってるの？なんでだろう。目開いてるのに寝てるの。どうしたら起きてるみたいに描けるかな。ママ、エレンね、絵上手くなりたいの。誰よりも。
ママ、ごめんね。でももう子供じゃないの。どうしてパパが死んでもらったお金でどうして私だけ絵が描けると思うの？
I mean, what do you want to use the money for instead? I mean, if you really think about it, first off, I did have this talk with my dad because he was also saving up money, and I'm like, use the money, do what you want to do with the money. You are old enough. You are getting, on with age. I don't really want to have your money if you die, because what am I supposed to do with the money? Just use it for you. You worked for it. You should have fun, or I don't know, do whatever you want. You want to gamble it away? Do that. You want to invest? Fair enough. Do what you want. Now, if you get money from your parents because, your parents died and they give you money, they probably don't even care about what it is as long as you got the money. It's like, here you go. Do something with the money, because I had no idea what to do. Whatever you are going to do with it is better than the plan I had. And being able to invest in your future is, I feel like, the best use of money you can do. You could also invest the money. But those two, I feel like, are at the top that a parent could wish for. Money is being used for your parents' future. For your children's future. I feel like that is all he was, or he could hope for, or the best he could hope for. This is where the drawing was, right? It looks different. It looks very different.
なんで
From what I see, it looks pretty good.
朝練来ねえんだよ。あれ、起きれんかった。たくよ。あ、また美術部が倉庫に絵描いてたぞ。また？結構うめえんだよ。なんか人の顔でさ。ああ、ちょっと寄ってこうかな。
顔？朝日だか夕日だかだろ。描き直したのか、あの後。
And I assume this is where he was able to do it himself. So he was able to use all his artistic ability, no one talking into him, no one saying, how about we do this or that, and no one dragging him down with their art ability.
徹夜で描いてたの？信じられない。
あいつがあんな葉っぱかけるようなこと言うから、さゆりには黙っておこう。幼なじみだもんな。なんか急にやる気になってさ。
So this is the scene we saw, okay? I mean, if you want to come on to him, maybe not like this.
殺すぞマジでムカつくんだよお遊びでクソみたい
I mean, looks far better than the other one. I feel like this is pretty good.
落書き書いて S に言ってんじゃね
It looks like it's her two sides that are displayed here. Well, that's the quiet side that she showcases on the right, and then on the left, her whenever it is revolving around the art.
遊びじゃねえ本気で書いてんだよ
嘘つけ
嘘じゃねえよ俺はデザイナーになるって決めてんだ
何人言えるデザイナーの
Does that matter? Not really.
名前何人言える10人は言えるかせいぜいそのくらいなんだよ残る人間って美大生って何人いるんだ1万人かその美大生目指してるやつはその10倍か夢見てるやつが10万人で残るやつは10万に1つこれが現実なんだよ向いてない人間が人生かけたって不幸になるだけなんだ自分も周りも
そんなのわかんねえだろやってみなきゃわかんねえだろ無理って言われていちいち諦めてたら誰も何もできねえだろ俺は何かになるんだ
Also, there's always a difference. She is, again, she's not necessarily wrong that there's a lot of competition. However, being like, oh yeah, there are only a handful of name designer that made it really big. There are a lot. I mean, a lot is over, but there's a good amount of people that are able to live with their artistic ability. They may not make millions, trillions, or whatever. They may not be the most famous, but they have a solid life. There are probably also quite a lot that are able to somewhat scrape by to somewhat okay. And they are able to do what they love and don't have to starve. So there is a spectrum that is available. Now, how exactly this would reduce the number 1 in 100,000, I don't know.
何かってなんだよ
何かだよ俺は何かになりたいんだよお前の絵見て何かになりたいって俺も何かになんなきゃって思ったんだよ
だから何なんだよそれは
わかんねえよでも何かにならなきゃ退屈で生きていけねえよ
エレン高一からどいて
Yeah, don't hit her husband that she wants because he's mediocre somehow. Something. But he also has a point. It's like, especially as a child, your mom is agreeing with you. Your dad was more or less hoping you would pick up drawing. And in the end, you don't really know. Especially for you, because you are so sure that everyone is bad or worse than you, then it shouldn't be a problem for you to get to a good position, right? As an artist.
見てろよ俺はなるさ何かに
Now, still questionable how we got into into being punched. Also, it seems like she may be the main character. I don't know. So it seems like she's also picking up art. Is it her mom, or is that just someone living with her? Maybe it's her friend? Could be. I'm just hoping that the guy is just going to get together with a friend, you know. Seems like that would be fine. But this seems more about art. Could also be her mom. I don't know. Yeah, I still don't know how we ended up on being punched by some dude at the beginning here. Money, woman, skills, fame, I got it all on my own. You slacked off. Your own damn fault. No clue.